big update. Cannibal update and Billy update. Let's see what this is all about. We've had a little look, but I'm going to show it again for YouTube. So this is coming with the 4.1.0 update, taking some time to revisit Leatherface and Billy. Base kit changes. First, Cannibal's chainsaw now activates like Hillbilly's, rather than needing to be fully charged and then released. The small change prevents instances where you release the button a sliver too early and cancel your chainsaw accidentally, which, as I said, I think it's a bit latency, but yeah, sometimes you can do that too. You won't want to hold it for too long, though, or else Leatherface will go into tantrum. Bubba's chainsaw now has 3 charges by default. When starting your chainsaw sweep, one of these charges will be consumed. Pressing the power button again while the sweep is active will refresh it and consume another charge, allowing you to continue using your chainsaw for another 2 seconds. You'll want to assess the situation carefully, though. Each charge you use will extend the tantrum and missed attack cooldown. So using more charges can backfire if you're not able to follow through. Charges refill automatically at the rate of 1 every few seconds. Don't really say how many this is at the moment, but this shows an example anyway. Additionally, Leatherface's maximum movement speed while using his power has been increased from 5.06 to 5.29. This is in conjunction with the other changes mentioned above, will make Cannibal feel much better to play as and much more threatening to play against. Here's a review of the changes in action, and it just shows the idea of them. So you can see here. So it looks to me when he's fully gone over, that's kind of annoying. Okay. When he's fully gone to that, that's when he can, I think, does it automatically do it when you go full? I guess so, right? Like Billy. And then you let go. And that's the big cooldown. And then you can see when you can attack again, because his weapon comes up. You see that? It's actually a lot longer than you think. A lot longer than you think. Look, watch. Watch. Right. He's down here. When his weapon appears and when this starts charging again, that's when you can attack. Okay, so wait for it. Look. Now, you see that? That's a lot more delayed than it looks. So you can mouse 1. I will tell you when. You can mouse 1. Now. You see that? I guess we can class. Let's see. What? Oh, wait. We can actually look. There's a timer here. Oh, wait. Seven. So 1. 2. About 3.5 seconds. It looks like that. Yeah, it's definitely very very long. And then he can do this as well. So he hasn't fully chainsawed here, but you can instantly. I don't know if you use all your charges here. Does it say you use all your charges here? Yeah, babe, I'm just looking through this. Hey, babe. Is that what it's saying? So I'm thinking here you can instantly use all your charges, and the more of them there is, the longer the cooldown. Wait. No, what is that actually? Oh, the longer you keep it, the more it Wait, that one's a weird one, right? Anti-camp. Oh, you're right. To an extent. That's when you rev too long. That's if you're keeping it revved like in someone's face. Ah. Like a hillbilly thing, right? Interesting. It prevents people juggling the charge up. Yeah. Interesting. I guess we'll see what happens with that. Add-ons. They're doing the same pass with all the add-ons. 4 commons, 5 uncommon, 5 rare, 4 very rare, and 2 ultra. We've had a look at these. So you got Shop Lubricant, downing survivor with a chainsaw, while other survivors in your terror radius will hide. While no other survivors in your terror radius will hide the aura for 20 seconds. No other survivors need to be in your terror radius. Makes this a bit weaker. If it was the survivors outside of your terror radius don't see it, it'd be stronger. But it's when no other survivor is in your terror radius. So it seems like all survivors need to be outside of your terror radius for this to actually take effect. So a bit weaker than I originally thought. We'll still work with infectious and terror radius stuff. Death Gorge increases the number of charges, which is nice, but two massive negatives. I don't know what slightly means. It can mean actual slightly, or it can actually mean a lot. It depends. The variables are not fixed on slightly, moderately, etc. They do change, and they're hidden. And iridescent flesh hitting a survivor with a chainsaw replenishes its charges. Nothing amazing, honestly. In these, I don't think there's anything too amazing here, personally. I mean, this might be bigger than it looks right now. We need to get used to it. But there you go. That's Leatherface. They've also looked at perk changes, which is interesting. Franklin's Demise looks like a really... I don't know. I don't want to say interesting again, but it is. Your vicious attacks make the survivors drop their item on impact, right? So lost item will be consumed by the entity after 90 seconds if it's not picked up before the timer runs out. That's cool. That's cool. They have to go back to their item. I think that's kind of cool. 9 seconds is a long time though, but the chase could be that long, which isn't a good chase personally, but I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. And they also the aura of the items on the ground are revealed, so there is a bit of tactics to it. It's all right. Knockout has changed to it needs to be your basic attack. I'm pretty sure that's the thing, right, guys? I'm pretty sure you could use knockout on any attack. Now it's only basics. This is a nerf. This is definitely a nerf. And then they've added some little buffs to it, which don't really mean anything. You crawl a bit slower for 15 seconds. During this time, they're affected by the blindness. Wait. Is this new? You're affected by blindness. No, I think this is what it was, right? Overall, these are nerfs. Maybe. This is interesting. This one just looks like a nerf to me, from what I can see. You have blindness when you're on the floor. I feel like that wasn't the case before. I think this is different. Blindness is new. Wait! Whoa, wait. Okay, yeah, there we go. There it is. Not revealed to other survivors when the... Yeah, okay, so this is normal, right? And this is new. Right? This is new, right? But this is the nerf. Basic attacks, I'm pretty sure. Okay? I'm pretty sure. I wish they showed this is the old and this is the new. So you can just compare them, you know, side by side. I don't know why they don't do that. I said that before as well. Anyway, that's Leatherface. Guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. That's all I'm going to say. I like to experiment and actually see for myself, not just base it off what I'm reading. Then Hillbilly. Hillbilly's been nerfed. I generally didn't have a problem versus Hillbilly. I understand that he could be played insanely lame and just slug everyone. But I mean, slugging is always just a lame thing anyway. And some people, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, we kind of expected it. There were complaints about Hillbilly, etc., etc. They said that they're happy with the way he performs. So they didn't want to do too much. There's a amount of counterplay. There is, obviously, leading to a different... okay. So they're happy with the way that he performs. So the changes were minimal. I don't think this is minimal, personally. I think this is huge, but I guess we'll see when we play. But this looks kind of huge to me. Not removing any options. Instead, we want you to focus on the skill-based gameplay and put an emphasis on using your chainsaw effectively, only adding a small drawback to misusing your chainsaw. Wait, will this hurt his... This will hurt his gem pressure, right? I just realised. This will hurt his gem pressure, won't it? Wait, let's see. Okay, so... Hillbilly's chainsaw will now feature an overheat mechanic. Revving the chainsaw will now cause it to accumulate heat, which can be seen both in the lower left corner, which we'll have a look at. Lower left corner around the power icon and on the chainsaw itself. Ah, okay. They give it a little visual thing. That's cool. Might mess up your vision though. Sprinting with the chainsaw will also cause it to heat up as a much lower rate. I think they mean at. This heat will dissipate over time whenever the chainsaw is not being used. So basically, it heats up the more you use it. If the overheat meter fills up completely, it can no longer be used until it's completely cooled down. This, I'll get to the subs, by the way. I'm just reading through all this. When this happens, it will cool down at an increased rate. If the chainsaw overheats as you are sprinting, your sprint will not be interrupted. Okay. The goal behind this change is to add a small drawback to misusing the chainsaw and to add a bit more depth to the chainsaw with resource management. I did say this, didn't we? We said about a cooldown on the chainsaw. It was one of our ideas that they would do. Interesting that they did it. So this is how it looks. They've given him a sound as well. Oh, do you see that? It was going more red. Look. See it getting redder? Interesting. Yeah, look, there it is. Red, and... Okay, this is how long... If you overheat your chainsaw, this is how long you have to wait before you chainsaw again. Minimal, by the way. Okay, 16. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, God. Okay, maybe... 15 seconds. Oh, sorry. I forgot you can't see exactly where I'm looking at. Sorry about that. You want me to go back to it? Read your chat. Dude, I'm looking at this. I will count the seconds. I'll go back to it here. Look. This goes red. I should have looked at OBS. You don't see exactly what I'm seeing. It's a bit higher up. Here we go, look. So when you chainsaw, this goes red, and then you overheat. This is the overheat thing, look. So the more you use your chainsaw... can I get rid of these? I can't. The more you use your chainsaw, the more this bar goes up. And if you hit the very end, you can't use your chainsaw for about 15 seconds. Boom. Right, look. 16. 17. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. I'd say about 15 seconds. It's kind of hardcore. Maybe 13, they'll say, or 14, just to be a bit awkward. But yeah, you can't use your chainsaw for about 13, 14 seconds. And I think it's just going to show this again. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, I see also. So, if you go straight into it, and it did explain this, but it's better seeing it visually. If you go straight into it, do you see it's not really wasting much, right? It's not really wasting much, is it? So you get the traversal. How slow is the cooldown? Oh god, it doesn't show. Oof, it doesn't show. Wait, the board doesn't decrease? I'm not... Does the bar not decrease at all? They're using add-ons. They are as well, you're right. One's a purple. But look at this. When you're not committing to the chainsaw, look at this. It goes up well fast. Look how faster that goes up. Oof. Oof. Interesting. Interesting. The bar increase doesn't decrease. No, I don't. Maybe you're confusing with me or someone else. I don't know. Basically, I'll explain this really from what I'm seeing. Okay, so the bar's going up here. It's annoying, the fucking thing here. The bar's going up here, right? Slowly once you use your full charge, right? So when you use your full charge. When you use your full charge, it didn't show in it, but when you fully charge, then it goes slow, okay? But, yeah, that's just normal. But when you're charging up, right? Let's just do that. When you're charging up and not actually committing, it goes up a lot faster, right? And when it hits the very top, it has a cooldown where you can't use it, which is about 13 seconds. You get it? Yeah, it's a big nerf. Of course it is. It's a huge nerf. There you go. Add-on changes, like the Cannibal, we've done a pass on the Hillbilly's add-ons and brought them up to date with the rest of the rotor. Once again, can't list all of them here, but we look forward to seeing what you can do with them. Interesting. So we've got Dad's Boots, a pair of trusty boots pulled from the corpse of Max Thompson. Moderately increases the chainsaw sprint steering. This just looks like the same thing where you just can move better, right? Moderately increases the steering, yeah. That just looks like the normal thing. Moderately decreases the heat gained when starting to rev the chainsaw. Continue a chainsaw sprint after breaking a pallet. Survivors hit with the chainsaw are damaged for a single health state. So, I understand why they've done this. This might sound better than it is. It means that you're going to have to commit to when people are looping. And it's basically what they want you to do. Because then they can just mouse one player. Like, what I mean is they can keep going around. And as you're revving your chainsaw, waiting for the pallet drop, you're building up heat. And as you're building up heat, you're getting closer to not being able to use your chainsaw. And as you're getting closer to not be able to use your chainsaw, you're a mouse one killer for 13 seconds. You get me? So this is going to punish people putting pallets down early and reward people playing smart around loops. You see? That's what I see anyway. Oh shit. Whoa, this perk changes. Okay, Lightborn. Unlike other beasts of the forest, you have adapted to the light. You are immune to blindness caused by flashlight and firecrackers. Survivors that attempt blinding you have their aura revealed. What the hell's the point of that? Aura revealed. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, well, Lightborn's pretty much the same. Tinkerer. When a generator is repaired to 70%. There you go. Getting a bit lower. I think it was 95 at one point, we did nothing. Then they turned it to 85, so now it's on 70. This genuinely might be alright. Let's see, though. It triggers a loud noise notification, and you're granted undetectable for 16 seconds. Tinkerer's buffed. That's a big buff to Tinkerer, I think. That's genuinely an interesting perk again. Increase from 12 seconds. Yeah, that's good. Everything else has been nerfed. This is well, I mean, this is nothing. This is just nothing. Knockout's been nerfed. Franklin's Demise has been nerfed, but it's got a bit of a tactic to it now. But it's still been nerfed a bit. Yeah, mostly nerfs. This is a buff, 100%. I don't see any nerf in this. This is just better overall. And this is technically better overall, but no one's going to use it still. There's no point. I don't see a point. Server improvements. Currently hits are hand... Oh, crap! They've done this! Ooh, this is going to be interesting. They've done the hit thing where it's going to be on the survivors. So your hits are going to go through survivors, potentially. Oh, no, this is it. This is where it needs to be. Currently hits are handled on the killer's end. If they appear to be within range of the survivor, they will be able to hit them. In most cases, this works well. The killer is able to reliably hit survivors, and the survivors see roughly the same thing on their end with a small amount of latency. If the killer has a weak connection to the server, however, it can cause some strange-looking hits to appear to be out of range, most notably at pallets and windows. During this upcoming player test, we'll be testing server-side hit validation. Anytime the killer hits a survivor, the server will check to see if the hit was possible within a reasonable margin. If the survivor was too far to be hit, it's negated. Ooh, rollback on hits. Ooh, it's important because you shouldn't get hit from like where you're not supposed to be hit, but oh, that's going to be painful as killer, guys. I did say it. That's going to feel painful. You're going to be close to that hit after like a really long chase, and then you're going to hit it. It's going to take it off you. We're going to see. We'll see with that. Hopefully, it's not as bad as it could be, because you might just get punished for being on a bad server. Like, you could just go to a bad server and have a bad ping compared to the survivors to the server. So the ping for the survivors could be like 20s to the server, and then you're like 50 or 60. Anyway, to put it simply, you have if you have a stable connection, you won't notice. That's bullshit. No, it's your connection to the server. 100%. Your connection to the server will matter. You won't notice any difference. I don't believe that. Your hits will still appear instantaneously and should not be rejected. I don't believe that. I 100% don't believe that. I think it's the ping to the server. If the killer has a higher ping to the server, the survivors will get a lot of rollback. A lot of rollback. As a survivor, however, a killer with a weak connection should no longer be able to hit you from further away due to their high latency. Second, we'll be increasing the tick rate of our servers from 30 Hz to 60 Hz. Basically, this means the server sends out information twice as frequently as before. That'll help. That'll help out a lot. So maybe that will rectify it. We'll see. We'll be monitoring these changes closely over the course of the PTB before proceeding further. Last but not least, a new promo code system will appear in the game. This system is exactly as sound. Allows you to redeem a promo code for in-game goodies on any platform. Starting with a mid-chapter update, you'll notice a redeem code button. If you click on this button, will bring a menu where you can enter promo code and like a reward. These rewards can be anything from clothing, bullet points, or excels. Keep your eyes peeled, or did I read? So show you that. Keep your Keep your eyes peeled. Once this system goes out, you'll have a chance to get some codes soon. Brings us to an end. Okay, July the 7th. July the 7th, we'll be testing this. There you go. There you go. It was a lot to get through, but holy crap, that is a big change. Holy crap. So, Leatherface, sure, I guess. I guess I need to that day Leatherface before it gets changed then. Billy's huge. Billy's huge. I never had a problem versus Billy, but I know he's complained about, so I knew this would happen. It looks cool. I like the animations and stuff. And then we've got the server thing, which is huge. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. 7th. Yeah.